let's continue investigating the negotiated syllabus is the main topic. And within this main topic, we've got an article to be examined in terms of analyzing the significance of materials design for language teaching. In other words, how materials design actually form the part of the curriculum overall plan. So for your convenience, I've put the article title here and the writer's name and the book from which it's taken. And for your information, the article is easily downloadable. You could Google out and you will find out. Maybe you might not be able to find out the book itself, but there is a link to the article taken from that book. Right, Johnson's book is one of another text which we are using for a deeper understanding of this course. Right. Before we discuss the contents of the article critically, it's important to understand the term materials design. And it's been defined in various ways, but I've got inclusive definition which entails looking at, adaptation, creation of learning and teaching exercises, a task, an activity, a lesson, a unit, or a module composed of several units. So material designs, as the definition itself appears very simple, it means that it's the overall plan of what actually happens in the language classroom. Right. The areas which we're going to focus while discussing this article is like we'll look at some of the different perspectives of materials design. Although we have touched upon this topic before when we discussed Jack Richards' book and Nation and McAllister's approaches towards curriculum design. We discussed materials design, but here we are looking at some other perspectives. And in this regard, we're going to see how materials design and their design actually could affect upon the learners and their learning experiences. And our main focus will be what are the outcomes framed within materials design. For example, if we've got a task or an exercise to promote language learning or speaking skills, how this exercise actually helps learners get aware of the linguistic items presented in a particular task or an exercise, right? And remember, before that we talked about the notion of hidden curriculum and some of its implications. So and this article is much inspired by the framework of hidden curriculum, right? And we'll continue to see how students actually react to the design of materials and how actually materials demonstrate the existence of learners in a particular course, right? So there are various areas which we're going to see in depth. So primarily we'll continue to see the general and the subject knowledge, how material design draw from general or subject knowledge or English for specific purposes knowledge. Secondly, we'll look at the views of what knowledge is and how it's acquired. For example, how language learning actually could be acquired through contents based on various subjects within an institute. And thirdly, we'll see what's involved in language learning, the views of the students, the views of the second language or English as a foreign language learners, views about language learning in the classroom. And the role relations, very important topic, the relationship between the students and the teachers, their mutual trust or their shared beliefs about language learning. We'll look at this one as part of the perspectives on materials design. We'll see some of the cognitive abilities, and finally we'll explore the values and attitudes attached to the materials design. So that's the introductory module here, and these are the areas we will continue to see in further detail under this article, perspectives on beyond language learning, some perspectives on material design.